stable. Okay. Now, let's see if I can switch scenes. Looks like I am, shoot, I don't even have I'm really disorganized today, sorry guys. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me put my mics in and stuff, but I'm not doing so hot today. I apologize. I just wanted to get on the stream. Let's put some mics in. That one seems to be really, really laggy, so we're probably not going to use that one again. Testing 1 2. I hope you guys can hear me. Welcome in, welcome in. Greetings, Ping. Hello. I'm having some issues here, it seems. Oh, I'm turning off my, maybe I'll turn it back on and hold this one instead. There we go. Haha. It's been a day today. I've started really late and I had a bunch of other shit that I needed to do today, and so I apologize for being this disorganized. Okay, so today, all right, so hi, I'm Ray and we are streaming blacksmithing. Today we will be continuing on our corkscrew. Let's see if I can change the scene to my anvil cam, and I'm not entirely sure how good it's going. Switch scenes. It's going to be all laggy when it switches. Is it going to do it? It has not. Oh, I think it like crashed. All right, so I guess we're just going to keep going on our regular camera and we'll switch the stuffs. Okay. Like I said, a little disorganized. This morning was quite the day. No audio yet. Oh, very low. Okay. Let's see. Testing. I think I'm getting audio now. I hope it works now. Let me know. I'll keep looking. Maybe if I turn on my sound here, I might be able to hear myself. Testing. I wonder if I accidentally muted myself. I am now muted there. Now I'm not muted. Testing. Okay, so my audio claim, or my microphone claims it's going. I'm kind of curious as to why it is so low when my mic says it's really. So sorry about this, guys. We got a lot of stuff going. Today. Okay. Testing 1 2. Testing, and we are in stereo. It says today. Press that in as much as possible. All right. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. So today we are going to continue working on our corkscrew. We've got the actual corkscrew part of the corkscrew completed. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on making a handle for this, because you can't have a corkscrew without a handle. So I'm thinking that the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start drawing back this area here. And I'm thinking that I kind of want to make a long twisty handle, like maybe a figure 8 size sort of handle for this guy. So I'm gonna get the forge started and we'll see if we can, you know, warm the place up. It is so cold today. We are in the Midwest, and so I'm getting a lot of that cold front. We're supposed to get 7 inches of snow by Sunday, which is absolutely disgusting. I hate snow. So let's start up the forge. Yeah, so 7 inches. And it's like 36 degrees today. So not quite cold enough for me to kick on the heater, but a little colder than I like to forge with. So and I am disorganized to the max today, as you guys can probably tell. I'm gonna take these tongs over here. Put that in there. And we'll do a little bit of, like, you know, discussing of, like, you know, the day and what's been going on. Yes, happy Friday. I am so happy that it is Friday. I could definitely use a little bit of a break for the weekend. This whole week has been so crazy because with the new year coming in and my partner went back to work on the 2nd. So like, that was kind of interesting because we've been staying up a little bit later during their break. So having to go back to bed early again. Is my wearable mic on? It sounds like from across the room to me. Okay, let me look. Shut down the stream momentarily, and then I'm going to restart it up after I plug it or replug in the ambient microphone or my wearable mic. So I apologize for the interruption in the stream. Hopefully you guys, you know, stick around with me. We're a little scuffy today, so I will be right back. I am now live again. Okay. And so it's just the level. Alright, so I am now live again. I'm gonna refresh my page. Can I see myself? Looks like I can. Put this back on. The same as before. That is so weird. Huh. Because, I mean, let's see. Even after I restarted. Testing, testing 1, 2. All right, so the audio monitor on the phone says it's good. Still low, but my voice is there. The phone's mic is being used, not the remote one. All right, well, if that's the case, then I might need to restart my entire phone. So that's probably gonna take a good 5 minutes. So I am so sorry. I will be back up I'm gonna say at 2 o'clock, I will start the stream back up, but I think maybe if I restart my phone, that will work. So I apologize. Thanks for your patience. I just want to make a good product for you guys. So I am going to restart my phone. So give me 10 minutes and I will be back. Okay. Let us see. Oh, thanks. How's the sound now? Is it good? Yeah. So my partner took a bunch of pictures the other day while he was out here, and that was one of them that he took. Why is this being weird? Okay, it's all kind of cockeyed. Funny. All right. Testing, testing. I hope the audio is better. Let me unmute myself so I can at least attempt to hear it. Testing, testing. Still very low. I have no idea what's going on. I'm so confused. What is happening? Where is my other microphone? Where's the package that I have the other microphone in? What if I do this one? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me now? Testing, testing. Is that any better? I have 2 different ones. It's the hardware, okay. Not the stream, it's a hardware configuration. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's hardware. If I add this microphone, can you guys hear me any better? It's using the phone mic. It's loud and clear when you're next to the camera. I have no idea why it's doing that. There was a weird update on the That's so weird. There was a weird audio update. Or, I mean, there was a weird update on Streamlabs. So, I'm not entirely sure if that is what happened or what. Come on. Do the thing I tell you to. Streamlabs is running. I get that it's running. How about I get rid of that? Maybe that'll work. Because it was being done before. Testing, testing. We can hear you clear, just very low. Okay, well, then I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna do the stream as normal. If you guys can still hear me, so I apologize for that. I will see if there's anything I can do. There might have been a setting that I changed somewhere along the road. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright. So, today we are going to be working on continue working on the corkscrew. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw out a handle for our corkscrew. Maybe if I speak louder, you guys will be able to hear me a little bit better, hopefully. And when I edit later, I'll be able to change the levels. So I'm going to take you over to the anvil. Hopefully I don't peek out too badly when I hit or when I strike the metal. But yeah. Here we go. So we've got a really nice looking corkscrew there. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw back this into a more tight, smaller handle so that we can wrap it around in a figure 8. That's our goal today, is to make a figure 8 handle on our corkscrew. Alright. Excellent. Okay. So part of the reason I'm having so many issues today is because I added a whole bunch of stuff on the say, I don't know, the software side of things, I guess. You guys were talking about how my microphone, I wonder if that works. Hey, let me try that. Okay. There's a weird setting in here. And maybe it will work. Where is it? Mode alerts, reward scenes, guest cam settings, themes, streaming settings, audio settings, microphone, internal. Hopefully, maybe that'll work. Set. Wait, maybe more options. Record stereo audio, Bluetooth input, sample rate, testing 1 2. wonder if that will help. Did that help any? Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. I don't see to hear anything. Audio is still the same. All right. One more time. Audio settings. Go back to that. We're going to go internal. We're going to set that. Then we're going to go more options. And then we are going to hit that button. And that is my only other thing that I'm going to try. Because so there was so last time I streamed on Wednesday, you guys said that you could only hear my audio from one side of your stereo setup for your speakers. So you could only hear either the left or the right. And I found out later that the mics that I use are mono mics. So I have a left mic and a right mic, and they're actually supposed to work in tandem. But it sounds really weird when I put them on at the same time. So I've only been using one. And that's what my partner had told me to do. So I found a setting in the stream that allowed me to set the audio to stereo, even though my source was mono. So hopefully, so when I put that setting on, it seems like it's been acting a little funny. So I have changed that back. So now it's back to mono. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear me on one end or the other, but not both. But maybe, you know, for the most part, you could be able to hear me. But if not, I guess I will fiddle with it some more and we'll try again Monday. Ah, technology. So we're thinning out the handle section of our corkscrew that we started last Wednesday. I'd like to get this all nice and skinny, very similarly in size to the corkscrew itself, so that we can make a figure 8 handle, so that you can use that handle to twist the corkscrew into that cork. So that is our goal. The issue that I'm having is the tip of that corkscrew is kind of starting to wobble because it's getting a lot hotter because it's thinner than the area that we're trying to work. So I'm gonna quench this off, and hopefully it takes a little bit longer to heat that area. So then this will heat for longer, and this won't move as much. So I think what I might actually do is bring this up a little bit further so that I can be a little bit closer to you guys. since the audio seems to be the same no matter what I do. Or not. Jesus. I love that. I love technology. That's why I'm a blacksmith and not a computer programmer, you know? So, let's see. What all have I done today? Or yesterday and today? I set up my YouTube channel, and I put in the links in my Twitch channel, so you guys can link directly from here to my YouTube videos and to my Facebook page. So I've got, yeah, I wish I could fix it with a hammer. Let's see. What was I trying to do? Together. So I've added a whole bunch of like links and some pretty things and Control C. Whoops, that's been Control C. Control V. I forgot I was gonna try and post on Facebook. All right, so yeah, I put a whole bunch of links to my Facebook, to my YouTube, and I posted a new video on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So yeah, I put a new video on my YouTube channel. It is an edit of the VOD that we did from, was it the Leaf? Yeah, from the Leaf that we did really early in December. So that's up, and you guys can watch. It's about 10 minutes or so. And then, let's see, what else? Like I said, I posted a link to my Facebook. I added a banner at the top of the screen. That's my hammer rack that you guys see there. So it's got a picture of all my hammers and my tongs and everything. And then, as you guys saw when I was trying to mess around with my audio settings and I had to reset the stream a couple times, the Be Right Back screen is the top of my anvil with some tools on there. So I thought those were really pretty. My partner took those pictures. He's a professional videographer and like cameraman for our local news channel. So he's really, really good, and he's got such a great camera that he used for those. He's got like a professional photographer camera. So that was pretty neat. I think that's really pretty. I like it a lot. I'm very happy that he, helped me out there. PC audio is voodoo. Yes, it is. PC audio is voodoo. All right, so I'm going to quench out part of this that I'm not trying to use or to hammer. And then we are going to continue hammering and drawing down the handle. Today is a day. It is the struggle. The struggle is real. So welcome in, everyone. I apologize for the audio issues that I'm having today. It looks like I am getting phone-only audio. I have a recording, on-person microphone that is recording all of my chat today. So if I edit the VOD later, I'll have a clean audio channel for you guys to listen to. On my YouTube channel, like I said, that guy is linked on the Twitch. But for the moment, unfortunately, I am stumped on what's actually going on between my phone, my audio source, and the Streamlabs app. So, yeah, craziness. But welcome in. I'm happy to have you anyway. So what we are doing today is continuing to work on the corkscrew that we started on Wednesday. Like I said, I want to create a figure 8 or infinity symbol handle on that so that you can kind of use that to twist the corkscrew into the cork so you can get your wine bottle out of there real nice and smoothly. I'm pretty happy with the curl on that corkscrew, but because it's so thin, there's always a chance it's going to move as we continue to draw out the handle. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep using the quench bucket to quench that off. And when we're done with the drawing out process, we're going to heat up the entire thing and we're going to use our scroll tongs to correct any mistakes that we make. So today we are just 2 followers away from our 50 follower goal. And I'm pretty excited about that. I did not think that we were going to get that close to our goal this quickly in my streaming journey. I started streaming in mid-November, and so we streamed through December, and about halfway through, you guys started coming and finding me, and it's been crazy. It's a whirlwind. I greatly appreciate Yankee Axe for, bringing his community here, and all of you for joining me. So, on Monday, I have planned on doing a set of tongs. It's going to be a multi-day process. The last time I attempted tongs, it took me about 12 times, or 12 streams, something like that. But each of those were only 1-hour streams. Since we've upped our streaming to 2 hours, I'm hoping that it only takes like a week and a half to 2 weeks for that. We're also doing a much smaller set of tongs. So the other set of tongs that we made were like about yay big. We're going to make a set that's like this small. So about half the drawdown distance. So hopefully I can condense that down to like 3, maybe 4 streams. And I will cut together a video for all of that on my YouTube channel. And then you can see the whole process and everything that we learn in between. So I've got a couple more videos to add to my YouTube that are all nice and edited. I just got to render them out and put them up. So I'm trying to leave myself a little bit of padding, so I'll probably start putting those up again next week. My goal is to have a video for you guys every week and 3 streams a week. So that is the goal. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, so like I said, we're doing the tongs next week, and that was a viewer request. because we reached our 40 follower goal. We're about to reach our 50 follower goal. And so I really wanted to do a viewer request for our next piece. And I'm really excited about it. I really need some tong redemption here. I made a few sets since I've gotten back into blacksmithing several months ago. I made this set and I made this set, and I think these are really nice sets. They work really well. They're very smooth, open and close action. I'm pretty happy with them. But I am not happy with this third set that I made. They don't go together. Like, they don't meet in the middle. So I'm not happy with these. And these were the ones that I streamed the last time. So I'm kind of disappointed with them. So we're gonna have some tong redemption, and hopefully we make a good set of tongs. I will do my best to make a good set of tongs for you guys. What base steel do you start with for making tongs? Because tongs are they're supposed to be a quick and easy project. They're like a quick and dirty thing that you make at the beginning of a new project. If you don't have a set that works for the project, it's kind of like a jig. You make a jig so that you can make sure that all of your stuff is the exact same size and the exact same shape. Like in either woodworking or fabrication or anything like that. So I treat tongs like jigs, and I make them special for each project that I do, and unless I've made them specifically for a standard stock size. So I actually start with your standard cold roll, or well, I guess I start with your standard hot rolled mild steel. That is a 1018 if you were looking by number for the steel. So that is the carbon and iron content. 1018 is a very soft, malleable steel. It's not hard. It's the same stuff that you would use for construction, so they make rebar out of it and stuff like that. I do not use tool steel for tongs. I will use it for blades if I'm doing sharps, and when I get into making hammers and axes, I will use tool steel for that. But for tongs, I don't bother. It's just so easy to make another set of tongs that I just don't bother. If they bend, they bend. All right. It's starting to get pretty warm in here in the shop today. I was a little bit worried because it's like I said, it's about 36 degrees outside. It's really cold, this area. As I get closer to that curl, I am slowing down my hammer blows and making them much more precise so I don't accidentally miss and hit my curl. But I'm getting a nice taper in there. I want to taper back a little bit further here. Eventually I will cut this off. And then from there I am probably going to start holding onto the corkscrew section with my tongs. So I will make sure that that is, good and cold, and it hangs out of the forge so it doesn't get nearly as hot as it is right now. Because I want to bring this into a point. So I've got a lot of ways to go. So I want to kind of match this diameter over here, and then I'll cut it off, and then we will draw the rest of it down into a point. And as I go, I have been quenching off my corkscrew piece so that it doesn't keep getting hot over and over again. And every time I quench it, it will heat up slow. It'll be less able to move on me in ways that I don't want it to move. It looks like we're getting a bunch of scale on here, so I'm going to clean that off real fast. Put these away for the moment. All right. Okay. So, let's see. What can we talk about? So I've got myself pretty set up or as far as like my end screen and my banner. But I was looking through like the widgets that go underneath of the stream when you have it in like the little box view with the comments on the one side. There's usually a bunch of like information, like people's backgrounds and their websites and things like that. I didn't find anything that I was really excited about, but if you guys have any good suggestions for things or widgets to put at the bottom of the page, I am taking suggestions. I would love to have some good things for you guys to be able to check out. Like I thought about putting on a frequently asked questions box so that I can like put things that you guys wonder about a lot, like how much or how heavy my anvil is, or how heavy my hammers are, maybe like my background and like how long I've been blacksmithing, where I learned, things like that. Maybe like a college background. I was also considering like maybe a box with like latest followers or something. I don't want to get too like crazy and distracting. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I kind of want to keep it clean because too many widgets is a little bit too distracting, and I just want a really clean frame, a clean page for you guys. But I do want to make sure that it's not boring, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a balance, of things to look at and, clean and sleek. Tools and equipment in a FAQ. Agree, clean is keen. Yes, and I mean, the whole idea, like the whole brand and like what I'm trying to start here is like, I really want you guys to, focus on the classic feel of blacksmithing. It's a dying art. It's a very old classic art that's just it's been necessary, but with the Industrial Revolution, it's less necessary. I just I really want to focus on that. So if there are any any questions that you guys think would be great to put in a frequently asked questions section, I mean, I invite you to private message me, ping me on Twitch or Facebook or my YouTube channel, anywhere you want to, anywhere that's convenient for you guys. Yeah, so like I said, college background, anvil weight, hammer weights, maybe some information about the forge itself. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys think would be really good to put on there, I'm taking suggestions. I think I took my coat off a little prematurely. It's kind of cold in here still. All right. The good thing about the coat is it's nice and warm, but the bad thing about the coat is it's big and bulky, and I have a lot of issues, or it's harder to move when I'm wearing it. So I don't mind a sweatshirt. I can move pretty well in a sweatshirt, but I have a lot of issue with the coat. I feel it's really big, it's bulky, and I think that a lot of times it actually affects my audio when my audio is actually working. So I think we've got a good amount of material here that we can draw down into that figure 8. I think I need to maybe a little bit further in, but I think I'm doing all right. Drawing down in this direction is a little bit more challenging because we already have the curl already curled in there. If I was, planning ahead, I think what I would have done is drawn myself a wedge on this direction and then a wedge towards myself. That way I would already have what I needed drawn out and wouldn't have to continue messing with the curl. But you live and learn. Today's been a bit of a crazy day. I woke up a little bit late, and then I wanted to start editing a video. So I started that, and I got a little bit carried away with my edit. And before I knew it, I looked up and it was like noon. And I was like, oh no, I need to get ready for my stream. Because while I actually, a lot of times when I talk about the stream times, I will talk about them in Eastern, but I'm in Central. I'm in the Midwest. So on my time, I stream from 1:30 to 3:30. So when I looked up at the time and saw that it was noon already, I was like, oh no, I need to get food. So, and then I didn't have any lunch, so I had to go out and pick something up. And then by the time I got back, it was like almost 1 o'clock. And so I went to try and set everything up, so it was a little late here. And then my audio, crazy. Yankees rating with a party of 42. Oh, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Oh, I hear nothing. So, Yankee, I'm having audio issues. I'm having a lot, I need to... Thank you so much for the raid, Yankee. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Ray, and I Blacksmith. We are here making, or continuing to make a corkscrew. I'm hoping that by speaking very loudly, you guys can turn up the audio and maybe hear me a little bit. So we started this corkscrew on Wednesday. And we made the entire corkscrew. So we have a curl at the very end of our bar. So what we're doing now is we are tapering back the bar, or like the excess bar, into a handle. I want to taper it back into a point so that I can make or loop it around and make a figure 8 or an infinity symbol as the top of, or the handle of our corkscrew, so that we can twist the corkscrew down into the cork. Oh, yeah, I really hope I don't cause anybody else to get their ears blown out. I'm so sorry. I have no idea why my microphone isn't working. I attempted to restart the stream. I checked all of the boxes on my app, on my phone, but for whatever reason, my phone is not picking up my microphone audio anymore. I have it recording so that when I edit it for the YouTube channel, I'll have clean audio, but I'm not getting for whatever reason, the box for the audio isn't plugging into the phone. But yeah, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Check out Yankee's stream. So I've added a few features to the site. When I drop out, you guys will see some pictures instead of just black screen. And I added a banner at the top, some social media links. That way you guys can find me. Today has been quite the day. And I was really looking forward to coming out into the shop and having a good old time with you guys. But everything's got to fight me today, it looks like. All right, we've got a good start here. I think I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna cut it off at around here. And then we will taper this back down into a point. So my next heat, I am going to cut it off on the edge of the anvil. and then we will give ourselves a nice area for a loop, a nice viney loop. See, I am totally used to hitting or to fixing things by hitting them with my hammer or kicking them, or more physical problem solving. My partner is the tech guy. He's the one that got all my technology together. I kind of just had a phone and a dream, and he's added Wi-Fi so that you guys can see the stream better and it's not laggy. He's the one that added the mic, so when it works, the audio is pretty decent now. Like I said, it's not working now, but when it does work, it sounds pretty decently. He's the one that got me the editing software so I can start cutting things down and making things a little bit more concise for you guys, to put the tutorials up. He's the one that's just got all of the pieces of equipment that I've been using to do my streams, and it's been a challenge for me because I'm just I use the hammer. I hit things. Hammer good, Violence solves problems with material. To be fair, usually hitting things with a hammer fixes them. I mean, for me it does. I mean, I'm a blacksmith. All right. So we've got a pretty good heat going. So like I said, I'm going to cut this piece off on the corner of the anvil. Another method of doing this would be to use a cut-off hardy tool. So I've got the hardy right here, and you can make a tool that will fit inside this hole, and it's got a blade on it. It's not like a sharp blade. It's more like a dull blade. It's just, kind of like a chisel. And you use it to cut things off. It's really nice for nails and stuff, but I have not made one for this anvil yet. So we're gonna use the quarter instead. So we're gonna hit straight on at a 45 on this quarter. And so we've got that nice shelf in there, and you can definitely see where we're starting to cut that off. So that is the goal. We'll do another one, another heat of that. And then we are going to make this all nice and tapered back to a sharp point so that we can loop it around in a viney, smooth loop. See. Oh, wow. I have reached my follower goal. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Thank you, Doc Slump and Vorsiker, for the follows. We have reached 50 followers. I am so excited. That means that I'm really going somewhere. I think that means that I can apply to be an affiliate. And that is amazing. That is how you really know that you've made it in the streaming world. Starting to get affiliate and partner. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much. There is no way I could have done this without you guys. Thank you, Yankee, and thank you all of you guys for following me. Thank you for sharing your community and adding me in and, being interested in the things that I'm interested in. It's exciting. I'm so happy. probably a solution to some stress, but you know, you gotta make sure that you're using it in moderation and not going a little bit too far with it. It's kind of easy with alcohol to overdo it, so you gotta be really careful with that. Let's see. So we've reached our second follower goal. And so when we reached our first follower goal, which was 40 followers, I told you guys that you guys could pick our next project. And our next project is going to be a set of scrolling tongs. Let's see, where did I put my scrolling tongs? Oh, I put them over here. So this is a set of scrolling tongs, and we've been using this for this project. So for all of that like curling, spinny area, like the scrolled area that we've got on that corkscrew, we made that with these tongs. Now, a friend of mine who taught me a little bit about blacksmithing in one of the times I went down to Memphis, he made these for me, and he was teaching me how to make tongs at the time. And so he showed me how to do them, and then I made them. But my own set looked kind of garbagey, right? It kind of looks more like a shark than a set of tongs. And they don't function very well, and they're kind of really ugly. They're all rusty. I keep them around just to remind me of how much fun I had, and you know, as a good beginning to like, it's just a reminder of your origins, you know? But I really want to make another set of tongs, another set of scrolling tongs, and give myself a little bit of a redemption. So, because we hit our follower goal of 50, do you guys want to, you know, decide what the project after that is going to be? I'm planning on about 2 weeks for those tongs. But if you guys have an idea for a project for after that, I am definitely willing to take another project on from you guys. Am I echoing? I hope I'm not echoing. A horseshoe. I suppose I could make a horseshoe. I've never done a horseshoe. That's kind of something that people do, you know, they learn in farrier school. I've never been to farrier school. I mean, I could try by hand if you guys are interested to see, you know, how a artist blacksmith does a farrier's job. It's probably going to be a little bit icky, or maybe, you know, it depends. It could be, you know, really weird, or it could be kind of, you know, pretty, because I feel like I'm a lot more about form than function. I know what's happening. Yeah, if you guys give me a list of ideas, you can either PM me or you can put them in chat, and I will watch back the VOD and I'll write them all down. And then on Monday, I'll put up a poll, and you guys can kind of like vote to see what you want to do after the tongs. How does that sound? Yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. I think that's a really good idea. So we'll do that. So if you have ideas for projects for me, you know, post them in the stream chat, or you can PM them if you think of something after the stream is over, and then we will put a list together. We'll put a list together. Here's a piece of paper, and we'll write them down with our trusty Sharpie as I see them on the stream. And like I said, if you come up with an idea after the stream is over, or you can private message me on Facebook, on Twitch, or on YouTube. And I will put that together and we'll see what kind of poll we have for Monday. And if I don't have enough ideas, then I'll come up with some of my own, and then you guys can, you know, vote from those. Dark, you're falling asleep? You should definitely take a break and rest. Thank you for joining us, though. You know, I always look forward to seeing you all. But, I mean, rest is a rest, and you need to be able to sleep. How many tongs do I have? Let's count them, because I don't know either. Let's see. We've got this set of scrolling tongs. That's 1. This is a set of 1/4 inch square stock tongs. That's 2. This is a set of universal square stock tongs. They just have little angles in there for a right angle. So that's 3. This is a set of 5/8 inch square stock tongs. That's 4. This is supposed to be a set of tongs, and I made these so that I can make RPG dice, you know, like Dungeons and Dragons dice. Like I said, I did a really bad job on them. They don't meet correctly. I can fix them. I just haven't gotten around to it. So that makes 5. I've got my original set of scroll tongs that I made. That makes 6. We've already looked at those. This is a really early set of tongs I made after that. This is a good round stock pair of tongs. So how many are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 7. This is a good pair of tongs. This I bought, or no, someone gave me this set of tongs. This is like a good round stock tong. It's a pretty big size though. So that's it. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we're up to 8 now. This is a set of bladesmithing tongs. So you can see there's those like little skinny grooves in there. That's really good for like really skinny blades. So that's 9. I don't do a lot of bladesmithing anymore, but I do have tongs for them. This is a set of flat tongs. So if I'm using flat bars or sheet, these are beautiful for that. That's 10, maybe 11. And then these are my previous 5/8 inch stock tongs. They were really bad. I tried to make them out of flat stock and I wasn't happy with them. So these are the ones that I replaced with those 5/8. That's at least 11. This is a large scale tong. This is for like hammers. So if I'm making myself hammers or like axes, I can hang on to the big blocks of steel with these tongs. That's probably 12. This set of tongs is actually 4 horseshoes. So this is a farrier set of tongs. And I got this from an antique store. So I think that's 13. And then I have 2 more sets over there of farrier's tongs. So these are for like trimming horse nails, and these, I don't even know what these are like for. They almost look like dentist tongs or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's how many tongs I have. And this is a very small amount of tongs. Most blacksmiths have probably, you know, well over 100 sets of tongs. Yeah, that is an overview of the tongs that I have in my shop. Oops. Open. Gotta put them all back now. That's the hard part. Can't go to bed yet. I need to wait and walk my dogs. You have way more tongs than I do. How long have I been smithing? It's usually served as sort of dentist. Yeah. I've been blacksmithing for about 10 years. So, I mean, I've made some, I've collected some. That's kind of, you know, where they have gone. Yeah, so like I said, about 10 years. It's been, you know, sometimes I blacksmith a lot heavier than other times. There were times when, like, I had full-time jobs doing other stuff, and I didn't get out to the shop very frequently. I haven't counted the last 5 years in that number because after 2020, I kind of got really sick. You could guess how I got sick, but it's taken me about 5 years to really recover from that, to the point where I could actually like get back out here and just start working. So yeah, I mean, I started in 2010, and here we are in 2025. So yeah, this would have been my 15th year. How long would it take me to make a hammer on stream? To be honest, I really don't know. I've never made my own hammer before. I've always had plans to do a hammer, but I've never been able to do it. Now, I know for a fact that if I were to go and do a hammer, I won't be able to do it until this summer because I need to have access to my coal forge. And my coal forge lives outside in my carport. And the reason that it doesn't live in here is because I don't have a good place for a flume. And if I try and run a coal forge inside without a flume, the carbon monoxide just builds and builds and builds. It's not a good thing. I can't do that in here. So this summer, I will set up the coal forge and we'll do some outdoor smithing. So I will need to set up my press outside so that we can use the press to drift out the hole. But yeah, I'm willing to do a hammer on stream, and it'll probably take several weeks because drifting out the holes is going to take me a little bit of getting used to with the press because I'm not using hammers. I'm not as used to using the press for that function. Looking forward to it. Because when we watch you make your own tongs and hammer, yes, that would be so cool. You could watch me build tongs and a hammer, and that would make it, you know, easier for, you know, you guys to know what it would be like. Yeah, cloudy weather is the best weather for outdoor forging because it gets so hot when you're in the sun and it beats down on you. Ugh. Alright. So let's go back to that corkscrew. If I could get my phone in the holder, that would be great. But I feel like today is just like one of those days that is just, you know, gonna be hard, and I just gotta kind of live through it. Alright, I am most of the way through, which means I'm gonna get out my tongs. We're gonna use those universal tongs because we're gonna be drawing this down, so it's going to be a variable size, and that's the beauty of the universal tongs. I don't have to worry about sticking to the same size stock the whole time. So by bending the material back and forth, it actually makes it, it rips it apart. It kind of, what is that called? The ductability? Yeah, so you can kind of rip it apart. Alright, so this guy is going back in the scrap bin, and this guy's going back in the forge. Alright, so I think what's going to happen, I can hear my forge kind of wavering a little bit, which means that because it is so cold, my gas tank is starting to freeze up. So I am going to change the gas tank real fast. I think I should go or I'll fall asleep. I have good resistance against low temperatures, but I'm not immune to hypothermia. Goodbye, good night, see you some other time. See ya, dark. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to change my tank, and then we'll start the forge up again. It's going to take me a little bit for it to heat back up again. Alrighty. I like to cheat and use a plumbing torch and a striker when I'm, you know. Alright, we'll close that off. Alrighty. Let's see. What tanks are the fullest? That one's pretty empty. This one's the fullest. I usually keep several tanks at varying states around. I smell a little bit of gas, so I gotta be a little bit careful that I made sure that my frozen tank is all the way closed. This tank seems pretty good. Alrighty, now I threw my striker, so I gotta pick that up. Oh, third time's the charm apparently. There we go. Loves me. It usually takes a few more attempts to get it started. That's all that really matters, right? The forge and the hammers and the anvil love me. I also hope you guys love me, or at least like me. Thank you for the follow. Hammers and anvil don't have a choice. don't like me, you know, I'm gonna abuse them anyway. We have this nice abusive relationship where I'm constantly hitting them against each other, baby. Let's see. Conduit, thank you for the follow. Very likable. I hope so. I have a lot of friends in real life, you know. I feel like maybe, you know, I can make some more friends online. But yes, thank you guys so much for all of the follows, all the love. I am here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern. Because, yeah. What is this place called in real life? Oh yes, what is this place called in real life? I know. Touching grass. What a novel thing. When also our friends. Well, I mean, I feel like people have a lot of online friends, you know, nowadays. A lot of people that they talk to from all across the country. I think that, and the world, really. I think the internet has really done a number on, like, people getting to know each other and learning things about outside of their own little communities. And it's been really great, but it's also been kind of scary at times. But I don't know. I think the internet has done a lot of good since it's been around. So, yes. Right. Let us see. Pull out a couple different types of tongs because I'm not entirely sure how easy it is going to be to get the piece out of the forge, and because it's going to take me a little bit of time to kind of get comfortable pulling the metal out of the forge and putting it back in and stuff, I'm going to do the first, or like this next heat, I'm going to do that in the wide shot, and then after I put it back in the next time I pull it out, I'll bring you back to the anvil so you can see a better close-up shot. But like I said, I really want to make sure that I am not away from the camera for too long, so you've got stuff that's interesting to look at. So you get to watch me struggle to pull the material out of the forge today. Let's see if I can get them with this. Alright, are you gonna be nice to me? Alright. So I'm thinking that's probably not the best way to go about this. There we go. Maybe I'll pull them out with the scroll tongs. I think what I need to do is I need to bend this outward so that it's straight up, and then it'll be easier to get it in and out of the forge. So I think that's what we're going to do next. You guys will watch me struggle to pull that out one more time, but after that, it should be relatively smooth. There's a lot of positive, but also a lot of negative with the internet, which is pretty how humanity is with. Well, definitely. And yes, it is always fun to watch someone struggle. Someone else besides you, because, then you don't feel so bad about yourself. Alright, so scroll tongs up close. I got a request to show the scroll tongs up close. So these guys are about, I don't know, about a foot long. So yeah, here's my hand for scale. You know, my hands are kind of on the smaller side. But yeah, we've got like little round nose, they're like very close to needle nose pliers. So we've got a rivet in there. This is a pre-made rivet that was put in here. This is the other side of it. And that is what opens and closes them. Very much like scissors. So we've got some really nice handles on there. They've got a real nice taper on them, and they have my friend knocked down all of the corners, so they're real nice and smooth, and they feel really nice in the hands. So not rounded. The noses, like the actual part of the tongue part of the tongue, those are rounded, but the handles themselves, they're kind of octagonal, if that makes any sense. Oh, couldn't see the roundness against the background. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here, can you see it now? There's my shirt's not black. It's kind of, you know, it's bright blue. Hopefully that, you know, it's a little better of a background, maybe. Alright. Try not to squish my scroll with this. If I do it this way. Oh, wait, these are too skinny. Man, I'm struggling again. I'm gonna lose all my heat. That's better. I'm gonna have to shore that up eventually. But it'll still be easier to get it out of the forge. So I've bent it a little bit. We're gonna need to fix that bend because it's really ugly. But it'll be easier to get them in and out of the piece in and out of the forge this way. Yeah, solid tongs. I have made ones. I have ones that are made with joining portion thin, so they bend too much. Oh, yeah. You want to make sure that the joining area is real nice and solid. So I usually start with about a 5/8 inch piece of square stock when I'm starting my tongs. And the reason I do that is because if I cut that in half, then I get a really good thickness for the boss. So that, you know, it's really nice and thick there, and they're never gonna like bend around. So yeah, these guys are a little bit hot. I always harp on the fact that black metal is the most dangerous thing in a blacksmith shop, because you never know if it's hot or not. And these are a little hotter than I thought they were. I did not actually damage my skin, but it was uncomfortable. I have a recurrent problem of making things too thin. See, I have the opposite problem. I am very well aware that thin things tend to break and create cold shuts. So all of my stuff tends to be really, really thick. harder for me to bend things. It's something I need to work on. But I've always found that it is easier to grind them down or to bring them down further than it is to add material. And that's partially because I have a silversmithing and jewelry smithing background. And yeah, that's pretty much why. I'm gonna put these guys away. Alright, so for the next heat, I'm going to bring you back over to the anvil so you guys can see things a little bit closer up. Because I think I've settled everything. I think it's going to be a lot smoother going in and out of the forge. Still going to use the glove. Yeah, this is going to be a lot nicer to know. Oh, I didn't even move the camera. I said I was gonna and I didn't. My bad. My bad, my bad. Oh, that's also my bad. Jesus. So what I have done is I have made a parallelogram as opposed to a square. So what I am doing is I am backing off on that and reestablishing the square. So what I did was I kind of made myself a lovely little parallelogram. So I've gone back and I've squished in the corners. So like I said, I'll be able to reestablish those 90-degree angles in there on my next heat. Never touch metal with bare hands if you don't know what happened to it, and never touch tongs on the front unless you know that they're cool. 100%. A lot of times if there's black metal or metal that you're not sure of, what you can do is you can kind of hover your hand over them. The back of your hand works really, really well, and if you start feeling that radiating heat, it's hot, so don't touch it. But if you don't feel that radiating heat, then it's safe to go. So this side of the tongs is safe to go, but the tips are radiating heat, so I wouldn't touch those. I think before Monday's stream, I'm going to raise my computer up. I'm having a little bit of, it's kind of on the low side, and I've been hunched over it. Alright. Alrighty. We're going to go back over to the anvil. Tongues are slipping out a little bit. find that the overall welding gloves do a very good job of protecting my hands from heat, but really the only thing that they really protect me from is burns themselves. The heat radiating off of the metal, oftentimes I can still feel it, but it doesn't damage my skin because it's damaging the cow leather on the glove itself. So that's kind of, you know, it's very convenient because, like, you know, while it's uncomfortable in the moment when you're holding it, I don't have to worry about continuing to work with burned hands or like typing or, you know, going about the rest of my day. Got a little bit of a crack forming. Gotta be careful with that. So I don't know if you can see on the if it's precise enough for you guys to see, but there's a crack starting to form at the very end of this piece. So what I can do is I can take an angle grinder and just cut that off at the end. Or I can kind of leave it for the moment, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I just need to be real careful at that end so I don't run the crack up. I may end up, I think I probably should grab the angle grinder. If I can find it, that is. Angle grinder. It's a beautiful tool for metalworking. I love this thing. But it needs to be plugged in. Water and move it over here. And move you guys over to the wide view. That was my welding gloves are great once you start smelling leather burning. You know you burn it too much. Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've set a pair of welding gloves on fire. But it's better the gloves than my hand. Over it real fast. way we don't have to worry about it. of my acreage is on that side, so all around me there's like a very large amount of space. So I don't actually get a lot of complaints on that. And then I also only blacksmith during the day between 9 and 5 when people are normally at work. So I don't get a lot of noise complaints. Occasionally I'll get somebody over here worrying about carbon monoxide, but that's there's no danger of that either, because there's a door behind the camera and I open that up, and then there's a breezeway with like that has cross ventilation, and then in the summer I open up the big door. So yeah, noise isn't that big of a deal out here. If I was anywhere else though, sometimes I would. Before I lived here, I lived in a neighborhood, and occasionally my neighbors would come over and ask me what I was doing, but we had nice neighbors, so they didn't call the cops on me or anything. But yeah, I have a pretty decent amount of acreage around me, so I don't really have to worry about noise. But if you're doing like when we were buying this property, we looked into like the different neighborhoods of all of the different properties we were looking at, and we made sure that we stayed out of neighborhood associations and out of tight quarters. So you might have issues if you are living in a neighborhood association neighbor, if you're like American, those are really popular. Or if you're in like an apartment or something like that, I would find a different location to blacksmith at. Whether I've also looked into like storage facilities. I don't know that they would be amazingly thrilled with you, but I think that you could probably eke by. Depending on the storage facility, I feel like everyone would be different, but yeah, it is a concern. Just not one that I personally have. They're moving around on me, making it a little bit difficult to hammer properly. Getting a little bit too close to my horn, so I'm smacking my hammer end on the horn. Gotta be careful with that. Yes, I do think a lot of storage facilities would frown on propane use. But like I said, or I also feel like they probably frown on coal use. I feel like you'd probably have to, hide it. So I don't know, maybe find an art location. I live near a bigger city, and they have a makerspace, and so they would be okay with it. But they also house like a glass blowing facility and things like that, so they would be okay with it. But yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to find a location that will allow you to blacksmith. Your best bet is always going to be out in the country on your own property, because then nobody can really say anything to you. Yeah, a makerspace is so nice. The one that we have, they, like I said, they have a glass blowing facility. They have like a laser cutter, a CNC one. They have 3D printers, all the woodworking tools you can handle. I mean, they're amazing, and the subscription isn't too bad either. I think it's only a couple $100 for the year as a membership. So look into that if you've got them in your area. Where did it go, the water? It's over here. That if I wanted to bring my equipment there, they would definitely, you know, let me put it there. But I have my own space, so it's kind of less appealing to bring all of my equipment over there. Besides, sometimes people aren't the nicest with equipment. To have a few issues with my Kong placement. Did I just break it? Is that what happened? Is that why I'm having issues? No, I did not. Thank goodness. Sometimes I break things that I'm not meaning to. Alright. I need a little bit further on that taper. I'm going to hammer this direction. Hopefully that'll work pretty well. Maybe I can hammer in this direction. But I need to taper that down just a little bit further, and then I will whip it around and fix it. It's a little on the weird side. I can smell singed hair from the gloves. Not my hair, not my clothes. The little hairs on the back of the welding gloves, I can smell them. Hi, Tony. Welcome to the stream. Greetings from Germany. I don't think I've ever had any viewers from Germany. I have had European viewers, but I don't think anybody from Germany, so welcome. I'm glad you came. You are first. Thank you for the rain, thank you so much. People aren't nice. Am I talking about Yankee? No, I'm definitely not talking about Yankee. Yankee is a sweetheart. I love you, Yankee. You have been so kind and so welcoming in your community. Yeah, I was talking about the people at the makerspace. They have a tendency to be very hard on the tools over there. So they invited me to bring some of my setup, some of my like blacksmithing tools and stuff to the makerspace, but I was afraid that people would not treat them with the same respect that I do. Yankee, a sweetheart, doubt it. No, more tapering to do, and then we're gonna do some scrolling, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream. Hopefully it won't take hopefully this won't take too much longer, and I'll be able to finish it before I do have to end the stream, because I do have an appointment in about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I'm not entirely sure what time it is. It looks like my appointment, yeah, I think I have about 20 to 30 minutes that I can stream some more. So hopefully I will finish the taper in like another heat or two, and then we'll whip that around and turn it into a infinity or an 8 symbol. That way, you know, we've got a nice handle on the corkscrew that we've been making. Because I have a new project for Monday. Oh, that tail's getting really, really thin. Too thin. Gonna have to be careful with it now. So in the future, what I need to do is I need to make sure that I have tapered both of the ends of what I'm trying to work on, so that I'm not worried about moving all of the stuff that I've already done as far as the twisting. That way, I can just like taper both sides, and it'll be a lot easier to do. So we will, you know, think about that for the future. Unfortunately, you know, this is my second time with trying to do a corkscrew, and I didn't think my plan all the way through before I started it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that, but I sure wish I had thought it all the way through. One more heat. What are we making on Monday? We are starting a set of tongs. We're going to do scroll tongs. We completed our 40 follower goal. We completed that on Wednesday, and then we promptly completed our 50 follower goal today. So we did a viewer choice on what project we were going to start on Monday. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a second viewer choice project. So the tongs are probably, I'm planning on 2 weeks for the tongs. So that's 6 streams. We're going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2 weeks. And hopefully we'll have those finished by then. If we finish them sooner than that, that's amazing. But I'm planning for 2 weeks on that. And then after that, we can do another viewer choice. I'd like to have some suggestions. So if any of you have a job that you'd like to, watch, I can do, all kinds of things. More leaves, hooks, all kinds of stuff. If you've got an idea, send it over. We'll do a poll on Monday and see what you guys are interested in seeing. It's like chess. You gotta think 3 moves ahead. Oh, amazing. Yes. Like 100%. You definitely have to, think about the entire project before you start it. It's like measure twice, cut once. And I didn't do that because I was trying to get something going. And I was just like, oh, I just need to make a taper and then curl it. I didn't think about the handle, because, you know, who does, right? My suggestion, blacksmith a meme. I was 49. Yes, you were 49. It's exciting. Yep. Blacksmith a meme. What sort of meme? I mean, I could probably do some of the stick figure memes. That would be pretty easy. Some of the other memes might be much more hard. I think we'd have to come up with a meme to do as a community. So if you guys are interested in doing a meme, you know, come up with the exact meme that you'd like to see done. Well, I'll take a look at it. We'll see what, you know, what you come up with. But like I said, it is a viewer choice for the next 2 projects. So give me your ideas. Will actually not take me all that much time. I think we'll be fine. I got a couple more heats in me. One more heat of taper, and then after that I will whip it around and we'll make ourselves a nice handle. Thanks for the follow. I hope you are enjoying the stream. Alright, what do we got? So yeah, I totally love the one more heat, one more heat, one more heat, you know, and my one more heat turns into like 5 more heats, and it's always like that for me. Every single time, it's like I can never get enough done during a heat. Never get enough done. We're gonna go with at least 2 more heats this time. I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into 5. We're gonna go for 2. I would not be surprised if it was 3. We'll say that. Carpenters Guild. So, is that a specific real-life guild, or is that a game guild? Like in Skyrim, they have like the Thieves Guild and the Assassins Guild and stuff like that. Or D&D, they have like different guilds and stuff like that. The Carpenters Guild, is that like, you know, a German guild? Is that like a European guild? Or is it like from a game or something? No, real life, here in Germany, you really have guilds. Yeah, okay. So I am aware of some guilds. Like there is a blacksmithing guild in the Greater European Union. There's also one in North America. I'm not amazingly familiar with other guilds outside of the blacksmiths guilds. But yeah, I mean, I can always put it on the list, and you know, we can vote on it on Monday. Grab out a second set of tongs in case I need them. And we're going to do a little bit of twisting. Challenging than I thought it would be. Let's use some hammers over the horn. A few more heats than I anticipated. I knew it would. So we'll see what I can do with this. Right now I've got a nice like little curl going on. But that's the good, a nice start of the infinity that I have planned on here. We'll see what we can do. If I can get this in here. And make it function. The struggle is real. Call yourself a blacksmith, carpenter, or welder. That's the guild sign. Let me take a look at this. Okay, so we've got a square. I think that's a planer, and then a compass. Is that the last thing on there? It looks really nice. It's very, you know, modern. I like the silhouette. It's similar kind of to what I was thinking about doing for my Maker's Mark. A lot of people have like the same similar stuff. I was thinking about doing like tongs that were like kind of open and across with like a hammer in the middle, sort of. But I also don't want them to be too close to like the communist symbol, you know? You gotta be really careful because, you know, you got that blacksmith's hammer and then the sickle, and that's the sign for communism. Gotta be careful on that one. mean, that one, it's different, or like it's individual enough that I don't get communism from looking at it. I do get, like, you know, it looks very much like a guild symbol. It kind of reminds me of the Masonry guild symbol. Some of the, like, the symbols on there, it's like that, it's like the compass. And it's similar in that way, but it does not read communist to me. Hopefully it's not an important appointment. Yeah, I don't know. It's a so important appointment. But I'm sure the person will understand. I'm sure the person will understand. Let's do this. Sound like so. But I need it to be hot enough that I can move it. Right now it's kind of like got a really big, long swooshy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of collapse it with the hammer. And it should function pretty well. It should function pretty well. But I need just a little bit more heat. On the ground. I will be off. Have a great one. Thanks for joining us, Tony. Thank you for, you know, attempting to host. I will see you later, maybe on Monday. Alright, so I think what I want to do there is I want to curl that up pretty well, and then I think it'll be alright. I might need to like flatten this out a little bit so it's a little more like a handle and less like a U. Getting close, getting close. I think I got about 2 heats left because I'm running out of usable gas because it's freezing up on me again. So thank you guys all for coming. If you have any suggestions for raids, let me know. I'm not sure who's streaming today. Do we got Johnson still? Is he still streaming? I found a glass blower. Are you guys interested in seeing a glass blower? I could rate you off there. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you have someone else that you would prefer, let me know that too. But I think that we're going to go to the glass blower if you don't have anyone specific for me. I think glass blowing is so much fun. So cool to look at. Alright, so I think I'm gonna bring it all the way the rest of the way around and then we'll be good. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, it took me a while before I was like, you know, this might work, but I think this time it will. I think I've got something that's actually, you know, yeah, so we're good with the glass blower? Yeah, it looks like he's actually blowing glass right now, which is really, really neat. Really neat. Alright. So we've got ourselves an okay looking corkscrew. Oops. So it's not too bad. I think it's alright. So thank you all for joining me today. We have made ourselves the rest of our corkscrew. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye guys. Have fun.